Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining me in my live psychic reading. I am Beverly, and I'm a psychic healer. Okay, I hope this mic. Okay, I think the mic is working today. Cool. So, yeah, my name is Beverly. I'm a psychic healer, and if you're interested in joining me on this live psychic reading, just go ahead and leave your question in the chat box on the, on this channel. Anyways, so I'm gonna with a meditation. If you are new here, you are more welcome to follow along. Um, hey everyone, welcome. So I'm just going to open it up with a meditation. Yes, and you are more than welcome to ask a question. All right. So, I want you to take a deep breath in. I want you to exhale. And then I want you to imagine the energy around your heart. Notice what it feels like. I want you to imagine Mother Earth's energy coming up to the base of your feet. Imagine this energy as a ball of light. Now imagine this energy flowing up through your legs, your hips, your spine, to the top of your crown, relaxing your jaw, your tongue, and allow this energy to flow up to the top of your crown. Imagine yourself going into this energy and allow this energy to lift you up above your chair, above your building, above the trees, the stars, the galaxy, up and up and up, through many layers of lights, through a golden light, through a jelly like substance, through a pink light. Then I want you to imagine that there's a window. Flow through the window, and you are now in a tingly white light. Keep flowing higher and deeper into this tingly white light. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to connect to the energy of the group. And once I do that, I will start with a collective reading for everyone. And this collective reading will be related to your month of November. Let's see what comes up for you. Give me a moment. Hey, Christina, welcome. Okay, so I just what I'm doing right now is I am connecting to the energy of the collective. And what I'm getting for this is a general reading, so just take what resonates and then whatever doesn't resonate, just let it go. And what I'm hearing for November, the first thing I heard is that it is a time it is a time for joy, for peace, for fulfillment, and it's also a time for letting go. It sort of feels like the energy of November, maybe within the first 2 weeks, the energy sort of like starts to dip down. Yeah, it feels kind of like this. What do you call that kind of curve? Bell curve. That's kind of what I'm noticing for the energy of the collective. Yeah, it sort of like dips down within the first week and a half to 2 weeks. And it seems like that is the period to learn. That's kind of the time to let go of things that might be kind of holding you down. Maybe some things that you feel impatient about, frustrated about, things that you might be wanting or desiring, and it's just requiring a lot of patience from you. So it's making you feel frustrated. Anything that feels like it's kind of holding you back or holding you down or feels heavy on your chest or heavy on your back, the first 2 weeks is like kind of the time to let that go. It just seems like the energy is just right for that. And you'll sort of notice a dip in your energy. You might notice a dip in your energy too. And then towards the end of the month, it sort of dips back. Um, let's see what else we get. I'm also hearing that November is also a time for many of you to find love. If you're in a partnership already, is to deepen your love. But this love doesn't feel necessarily limited to just only romantic love. It also feels like family love, um, love within yourself, love within your community, your family, your friends, your loved ones. Basically, it just feels like this is a time to go a little bit deeper with the loved ones in your life. There's going to be a lot of theme this month around love. It just seems like love is a very prominent thing. It could be like a prominent topic that's in the forefront of your memory. Hello, KRM. Career, it feels like this month sort of takes a back seat. The the person in the passenger seat feels more like love, and in the back seat feels more like career. And I'm just mentioning these different topics of love and career, um, mainly because, if you want to like utilize that energy even more profoundly or deeper, you could focus on these topics of love or career. And love seems to be like the the forefront of what's going on in November for you. After this, like the first week and a half or 2 weeks of November, once you start noticing this dip down, it's going to bring you back up to more of a neutral place or even higher place. And then from there, it just sort of feels like it carries you throughout into December, maybe even till the end of the year even. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about November? Yeah, so overall just November just feels like a very deep time. Very deep. Okay. So let's open up this reading to anyone who has a question, who's might be interested in a personal reading. Okay, the first question that we have here is Sharma, what's coming up next in love for me in near future? Laura, does November bring love, reconciliation, or new love? Both. It actually feels like both. Um, it's a time to deepen love, love that you already have within your life, and it doesn't have to be romantic love. It could be um, family love, community love, friendships. Feels like a time for for deepening love. Um, and it's just oh man, there's just so much energy around love. And it's not this like And love, the energy of love doesn't necessarily mean this like f- fluffy love. It's not a fluffy love kind of energy. It just feels like very deep, very real, very raw, um, very genuine. The kind of love that makes you want to cry because there's so much gratitude. It's like that. It's not very fluffy. Um, so yeah, so that might mean that that could be translated as reconciliation, new love, but even this new love could be a very deep love, deeper connection. That's what it feels like. It's not like the summer fling kind of love. No. Um, what's coming up next in love for me in the near future, Sharma? Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm tuned in to the energy of the collective, but I'm also tuning into your energy specifically to do a reading for you, whoever I'm doing the reading for. So I'm not using any tarot cards or oracle cards. I'm simply just reading your energy, Sharma. And then also just take whatever resonates and whatever doesn't resonate, just let it go. Sharma, what I'm getting is that there's a part of you that has a deep yearning and desire for this deep love. But I am hearing that there are some things that you still need to work on to open up the channel more of love. This feels related to romantic love, and it also feels like there's a form of perfectionism or some sort of. I'm hearing the word perfect. So the way I would interpret that is maybe some part of you has this perfect ideal version of love, that's actually keeping you limited. It's not really keeping you expanded, it's keeping you more limited. Instead, open up to the idea of love from a greater perspective of love, as opposed to this perfectionist level of love. Um, the perfectionist view of love that I'm sensing, it feels more like it's coming from a place of not feeling safe to be vulnerable, not feeling safe to be loved or to love another. That's what it feels more like. And subconsciously you might think that it's helping you or it's expansive, but it's not. It feels more contractive. So what I'm hearing is that there needs to be some letting go of certain views and ideas of love, and instead to embrace what love is. And that could be part of your healing journey of understanding that love is so many different things. It's forgiveness, it's letting go, it's patience. And there's so many aspects of it. Yeah, you're welcome. Um yeah, so overall I'm just kind of hearing that your energy, the channel of love feels very contracted, and it's asking you to open up and to expand um yourself with love more. And I do feel like you do that and you work on that, and it feels like December starts to change. Um yeah, in December it starts to change for you. That's what I'm sensing. I'm not sensing that you're going. I don't know if you're in a partnership right now. But if you're not in a partnership, I don't sense that this person is coming around this month. Maybe next month could look a little different, but this month it just feels more like self reflection and letting go of some limiting beliefs around love. All right, thank you. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah. So, Sharma, I kind of picked up the energy that you are single, and it sort of just feels like this month is for you to maybe you can even like write down a list of what is love. Just title it "What is love," and then write down a list of all the things that you believe love is. And if you start saying things like love is painful, love hurts, love leads me, I'm not good enough for love, or whatever it is, right? If you find yourself writing some of these like limiting beliefs, and just be very honest and very truthful to yourself. Don't avoid these limiting beliefs that's there. Just write down everything that you could possibly think about when it comes to love, and then see it for yourself. Why do you believe that love is painful, or love is hurtful, or people that love you leave you? You know, I'm not saying that these are your limiting beliefs, but just write it down, and then so you can see clearly what's true and what's not true, and then work to release the things that don't serve you. Um, okay, so let's see here. Laura asked, does November bring love, reconciliation? Oh wait, Laura, do you have another question, or is that for the general reading? Let's see here. So, does my husband still love me, Claire? So once again, my name is Beverly. I am a psychic healer, and what I'm doing is I'm tuning into the energy of the collective, and I'm also tuning into your energy specifically. I don't use any tarot cards or oracle cards. I'm simply just reading your energy. Um, let's see here. Okay, and then Claire asked, "Does my husband still love me?" So usually, what the message, um, what comes through for the messages, it's like more of guidance, and just take whatever resonates, and if it doesn't, that's okay too. Oh, my name is Bria. Okay, cool. So, Bria, when I tune into your energy and as it relates to your husband, what I did pick up is that there's a separation, is what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing. So, it doesn't necessarily mean that your husband doesn't love you, but I do hear that your energies are sort of separated and disconnected even. Um, Let me tune in more. It sounds like your husband's energy is distracted. It doesn't I don't get a yes or a no whether or not your husband loves you, but I am hearing the words of separate. So meaning you and your husband, the energies are very separate, and you can probably feel that. You can probably feel that or see that. And I also hear that your husband's energy is very distracted. So I'm also hearing that if you were interested in bringing the relationship closer, perhaps, spending more quality time together where you're not talking about work or family or anything else that could be stressing out both of you. Um, yes, completely. Yeah, I don't know if does your husband work a lot? Is your husband busy? It just seems like your husband has a lot on his mind. Um that feels very distracting, and it's causing a separation between the two of you. So when you both are together, it doesn't feel like you both are connecting or connected. So maybe some quality time can help bring you together. And quality time does not mean talking about, you know, quality time just means connecting, spending some time together. Mm. Hey, Laura K. Welcome. Okay, so do you have a family together? His energy just feels very distracted. Like he's not fully present. He's not really there. And that's that's what's creating this like distance between the two of you. So yeah, maybe look into spending more quality time together where there's no bickering, no nagging, no talking about um things that are stressful. It's just good old fun time, relaxing fun time. Yes, two daughters. I'm basically a single mom. I see. Yeah, so do you live with your husband or does your husband live separate from you? I'm just hearing the word I'm just hearing the word distracted. Um I don't know if your husband made some new friends. Um Something about your husband feels distracting. And if you were interested in bringing the relationship closer, just consider yes, we live together. I see. But we don't talk anymore. Yeah. Yeah, another word of saying distracted could be mentally checked out. He seems mentally checked out of the relationship. That's kind of what I'm picking up. Um I don't know why I keep on hearing quality time. So maybe, ask him if he's interested in spending some quality time with you and then just, ask him if he has the capacity to um offer to provide you what you need. But he is distracted and I'm also hearing that he's mentally checked out. So, yeah. Okay. I hope that was helpful and to bring some maybe some validation to maybe what you've been feeling. Hey Alan, how's it going? Um so Alan asked, "Can I have a general reading?" Yes, Alan. Let me just tune into your energy and see what we get for the month of November or just let's just see what comes up for you. Um okay, let's see here. Alan, are you feeling lost? Do you kind of have you been feeling lost energy lately? Or Priya. Say your name? Priya? Welcome, Priya. Alan, are you feeling lost right now? Or subconsciously do you feel like you've been beating yourself down? That's kind of what the first two things that kind of popped in. I'm also hearing, Alan, that um your guides or your angels, your ancestors, they're basically saying that they're very proud of you, of the work that you've done. It seems like you've also simultaneously like you've been working on yourself and you've been doing the healing work and they just want to say that they're very proud of you and to keep going, keep making progress with what you've been doing. This doesn't, it may, I don't know what state you are currently at, but it just feels like maybe there's some part of you that feels like, is it always going to be like this? And what I'm hearing is that they want to reassure you that it's not, and it's going to slow down, and you're going to feel the benefits of all the work that you've been putting in, the healing that you've been doing. You're going to feel the benefits of it. And they're sort of just suggesting to keep going, not to stop, but to keep going. And I know sometimes you might feel lost in the process, or you might feel like you're beating yourself down in the process, but all of this is just here, triggering you so that it can be released. So it sounds like you're on a healing journey and a healing path. So keep at it, keep going, um, and you're going to see the benefits of it for sure. Okay. And Alan, if you're not here, but if you would like, all this whole entire reading will be uploaded to my channel, so you can you can like replay it if you want. You said my name perfectly, Priya. Awesome, cool, yay. Let's see here. Sylvia. Am I hearing my spirit team correctly when I feel them speaking to me? It depends. So here are some things. So if you feel like you are hearing or receiving messages from your guides, your spirit guides, your spirit team, your angels, there's several ways that it can come through. And for everyone, it's a little bit different. It could be all of these different senses, or it could be one specific way that it kind of channels through you. Um, if you, so Sylvia, you're asking, am I hearing them correctly when I feel them speaking to me? So you can hear them speaking to you, and it might come through as a thought form. It can come through in your own voice, in your own tone. You know, when you think to yourself, um, you know, when you like talk to yourself, right, in your mind, it could feel like that, or you can hear it like that, I should say. Sometimes the words might have an energy um to it, to the words. They might have like energy vibrations to the words, or they don't at all, and it can just come through as like just a thought. Sometimes it can come through as a song, as a reference, an idea. It can come through as many different ways, but um you can like hear it. And sometimes I hear it as a thought form. Like it feels like it's my thoughts. It doesn't feel like someone is outside of me talking to me. Sometimes it doesn't feel like that. So, and then another thing I want to mention is if you have a lot of fear or doubt, that could, or bias, that could also um that could also interfere with your guidance. So you want to make sure that you're in a very quiet place. You want to make sure that you're in a very present place mentally, where you're open to receiving. If you're getting any fears, doubts, worries, bias, then your subconscious could be interfering and blocking the messages that are coming through. So sometimes it helps to do like a meditation, maybe even like working out. And that's why sometimes when you're in the shower, you like can hear things better. You get better ideas, right? When you're in the shower, because some part of you is like relaxed. So you want to get to a place of relaxation, of calmness, so that you can hear it more clearly. And then over time with more practice, you can hear, you'll have the discernment between your own mumbo jumbo thoughts versus like your spirit team's thoughts. Thank you, Sylvia. Hope that was helpful. Not actual voices. Yes, as a thought form, not actual voices. Yes, that's how I've been feeling it, but I question if I'm crazy sometimes for feeling that way. Let me tell you, For a good while, I was questioning if I was going crazy too. So, welcome to the club. Um, and no, I don't think you're going crazy. So true. I get ideas walking and showering. Yeah, and it's because we're in a very relaxed place, so we're able to open up the channels better and to hear things more clearly. But when we are very chatty in our mind, when there's a lot going on, when we're stressed, it can be hard to hear the guidance. And if this is something that you're interested in, um, you got to practice it more. The more you practice it, the better, and the better you'll get at it, basically, because you'll know when it's your voice versus like guidance voice. And the guidance voice should feel, um, at least for me, when I know that it's guidance, it's like more gentle, more kind. I guess it depends on what guidance I'm getting, because sometimes it could be like very direct too. But if it sounds like very fearful or very doubtful, that's probably not them. It's probably your subconscious. Um, KRM. I feel like I'm getting a lot of channeling, but I can't understand. I know the veil is thin. I don't know what they are telling me. So KRM, if you're still here, what um you're saying that I feel like I'm getting a lot of channeling. How do you know that you're getting a lot of channeling? Like describe to me. Describe to me, how does it feel to for you that you're getting a lot of channeling? Are you feeling like Christiana? Hey, are you feeling like it's like sensational electricity? Are you are you seeing it? How are you um how are you receiving it? It's like raining in the ear, ringing in the air. Okay. So the way I would describe ringing in the ear is that there is something speaking to you. Um Maybe guidance. I don't know exactly, but something is coming through, and it's at a frequency, it's at a vibration that you're not attuned to. That's why we can't hear it. So sometimes if I hear a ringing in my ear, I'll just simply say, "Hey, I recognize that you're here, but I can't hear you and I can't understand you. So you have to come to a frequency so that I can understand you." Sometimes I'll just say that straight up. I'll just say, "Hey, um I recognize you. I notice that you're around. I have the awareness, but you need to come to my frequency so that I can understand." I get a lot of vivid dreams. I close my eyes and I see eyes looking at me. Whoa. Wow. It sounds like you're very clairvoyant, and also you have like clairauditory, I think it's called. Um I do, but I don't know why it doesn't work. So, if you ever hear ringing in the ear, um you can just simply just say, "Hey, I recognize you, but it's not at a frequency that I understand. Um, so you need to like communicate with me more effectively so that I can understand it, right?" And let's say, for example, um, you feel like it. If you're saying that you feel like it doesn't work, let it go. Let it go. It's okay. You don't have to hang on to every message that comes through. I tell them like, "I know you are here, but I can't understand." And then what happens after that? Because maybe after that, you might hear some lyrics in your mind, you might hear a song, you might get an idea, you might feel the urge to go do something, or simply nothing in return, like nothing. And it's completely okay. It's completely okay. And if you are receiving, images or voices or ringing or whatever it is, take it for what it is and then let it go. Practice letting it go. Yeah, closing my eyes is it's like I'm in another place. It sounds crazy. Let me tune into your energy because you might be experiencing there. I mean, there's several different things, but the what's coming up for me is I just want to say that you might be experiencing a parallel life. Um, Let me tune into your energy. Christina, how often do you cleanse your space? Do you have like a method to cleansing your space? Want to consider cleansing your space. And not everything that comes through is important, okay? Um, at least for me. Take it for you can take it however you would like to take it, but I'm just sensing for you. Um, I highly suggest maybe cleansing your space, grounding your energy. Um, and let me know if you need suggestions on how to go about doing these things. But what I am hearing for you is to cleanse your space, ground your energy, and that not every messages that come through um, is important. Well, I mean, you can interpret if it's important for you or not, but it just feels like maybe there's some energies that are around just kind of jibber jabbing, yip yapping. So one of the ways that you can cleanse your space is you can play Om, um, like Om mantras. So you can just play that on your maybe like you can find it on YouTube. Some Om mantras, Om, and this could help cleanse your space because it just feels like your room, wherever you're living, has a lot of energy there that may not serve you. So consider maybe cleansing your space by turning on this audio of Om to sort of cleanse the space. You can even do that visually by imagining like purple and white light, kind of like a tornado, cleansing your space too. And you can just kind of imagine that it's like sucking up and cleaning out the energy of your room and sending it to like the light basically. I do cleanse. Yeah, you might want to consider doing it more often too. I feel like you're very gifted and you're also very sensitive to this energy. Um so once you like cleanse your space, whether if once you cleanse your space, and you can do that through the Om meditation or mantras, or through the tornado thing that I just described. And then you want to seal your energy. So the way you can seal your energy is through like a protective. You can just imagine that you are putting up a protective vortex. I know it sounds like I know it could sound really weird and wild, but it works. At least I've noticed that it works. So you might be cleansing your space, but you may not be protecting your space. So kind of learn different methods on how to protect your space as well. But yeah, it sounds like you're very gifted, and you're naturally very gifted. You'll continue to learn. If you continue to practice, you'll learn new ways and how to go about doing certain things. But a protective vortex sounds like it would be very helpful. Thank you for your question. Great questions today. It's a lot of fun. Let's see here. K Day. K Day asked, "Do you see me and NC dating romantic connections?" Okay, let me tune in and see what we get. K Day. And once again, my name is Beverly. I'm a psychic healer. Um, and what I'm doing is I'm tuned into the collective energy of the group, and I'm also tuned into your energy, specifically the one that I am reading. I am not using any tarot cards or oracle cards. I'm simply just reading your energy. And if you're interested, you can always book a one-on-one session with me at beverlyandbeyond.com. I do I do like energy cleansing. If you feel blocked in your life, if you're feeling low energy, like anger, resentment, shame, I also help people clear that or unblock their energy so that more abundance and love, peace can come into their life. Or if you're interested in just doing a private one-on-one reading, you can book that as well on my website, through my website, beverlyandbeyond.com. Kayday, I do sense that there is a connection. However, I don't feel like the connection is very strong at this time. And that could possibly just mean that it's so infant. It's so like in the early stages, the beginning stages of just getting to know each other. It doesn't feel like a very strong connection at this time. It doesn't mean that it cannot develop. Um, but let me see if there's like an opportunity there. Yeah, I'm not really strong yes there. I'm also not getting a no. Feels just it's early to say. That's just kind of what I'm sensing. I'm not getting a strong yes though, or a very solid no. Just too early. Mm, Christina says, "I love the one-on-ones. They are very helpful." Thank you, Christina. Yeah, I always love talking to you. I appreciate it. Mm, okay. How do you say this name? Sim. Sim asked, "Can I have a general love reading too?" Yeah. Sim asked, "Can I have a general love reading too?" All right. Let me tune into your energy and see what we get. Sim, are you single? Have you ever dated someone before? Are you single and have you ever dated someone before? Yes, you are single. Have you ever dated someone before? No. Okay. Um it um yeah, so when I tune into your energy about love, um yes, I am single and never dated. Okay. Yeah, so, uh, I don't know, I'm just sort of sensing that you're. Well, I could feel that I'm not okay, so at least towards the end of this year, I don't sense that, romantic love is kind of on your way. Um, you're kind of in this infant stage of, romantic love, dating, putting yourself out there. And so it feels like very young, very baby, very inexperienced. That's what it sort of feels like. Um there's an innocence to it. Um and if you feel like you're someone that's ready for romantic love, if you want to open yourself up to that, you're gonna have to start taking more chances is kind of what I'm hearing. Like romantic love, the energy of romantic love is sort of not really in your energetic field at this time. If you want to draw in that energy more, um, you might want to start exploring with yourself. See, like, what do you like? You know, what kind of people do you like? What kind of qualities, attributes do you like? And this is something that could be. This is a stage that is fun. You know, it should be very fun. It's like very young, um, exploratory. And I don't mean young in a negative way. It just feels like uh, it's your trial and error. You know, it's your exploration. It's beginner. It's that phase in your life. Explore yourself more. What do you like? What would you want to experience? And then once you start reflecting on these things, you know, try to draw that into your life more. That's what it feels like for me when I tune into your energy. Right now, I'm not picking up a strong romantic vibe coming from you. It just feels more like exploration, becoming curious about yourself, about the things that you would be interested on experiencing and trying. Yeah, hope that was very hopeful. Um, and then once you do get curious, and let's say you've been okay, and let's say you've been like, oh, I want to experience this or that. Let's say you've been okay. Then now the next stage would be to sort of put yourself out there and to create and draw that energy within you. Um, yeah. So for example, uh, flirting. You know, um, that's one way of starting to cultivate that energy in your org field. Flirting, or you know, getting to know people, you know, dating, putting yourself out there, asking people to go on dates. Like this, like those kind of things are some ways that you can cultivate that energy more. But for you right now, it just sort of feels like it's not there at all. Um, so yeah, work on that. Explore that a little bit more, and let me know if you have any further questions about it, so I could clarify. All right, Christina. And I think this might be the last question of the day because I'm starting to feel my energy dipping down. Christina asks, "How does my November look financially?" Thanks, Christina. Let me tune in to see. I'm not hearing that there's anything for you to worry about per se. it sort of just feels kind of like neutral. So what I'm seeing is like your energy financially, it just stays like this. But until the end of November, it actually starts to dip down. Um, and maybe, in November, maybe you splurge a little bit more, right? The holidays are coming up. So it just feels like in November, towards the end of November, it starts to dip down. Um, Throughout the month of November, however, it just sort of just stays neutral, consistent. And then November into December, it starts to dip down. I'm also sensing, I'm not sure if you have like financial goals in mind, um, which is sort of feels like you don't have very intentional financial goals. That could be something that you can cultivate and create for yourself coming into this new year. But it sort of just feels like um, there isn't really much financial planning, is what I'm hearing. Um, so it's sort of up to you if you wanted to grow this more. It doesn't feel like anything pressing or anything to worry about. But towards the end of November into December, it does dip down. Um, and that could just be because of the holidays. Financial planning, though, is a word that is coming up. So maybe that might be something that you can, look into. Into So when you ask the question, should I go back to work? I sort of get a no for that actually, and let me just clarify. It sort of feels like a no with traditional work. The energy does want you to be productive and wants you to make a living for yourself, but it doesn't feel like a traditional kind of job. But I get a yes. I do get a yes for like working, for being productive, um, for yeah, working and being productive. I get a yes for that. But if you're asking go back to work and work meaning like a traditional kind of job, um, I get a no for that. But your energy overall, it does feel ready to get back to work of some form. Does that make sense? And alternative work could be something in the spiritual realm, healing realm, maybe creative work. Um, Creative work, yeah. Yeah, so something of that nature. Yeah, okay. Maybe spiritual work? Yeah, so spiritual work, creative work, um, I sort of see you even helping older people. I don't know if you've ever considered helping like elders, older people. Um, so yeah, look into that more, but it doesn't feel like a classic like office job. It doesn't feel like that. All right. Thank you everyone for being here, for tuning in. Whew. What a question. That was beautiful. That was awesome. I had a great time, and if I didn't get your question, I'm going to be here again on Thursday at noon. Um yeah, come early, ask your question, and I hope to speak to you then. Thank you very much. I will talk to you all very soon. Bye-bye.